we have our application of maxima minima. So in this problem or in this lesson, we will apply our application of our maxima minima. So in this lesson, you would have or you will solve different variety of problems in science, engineering, geometry, economics, and other disciplines concerned with maxima and minima. So, in order to solve the problem, the best thing to do is number one is if you cannot understand, draw the figure. Okay? Draw the figure, and then of course, if you are drawing the figure, use variables in representing it. Representing the different parts. Second is okay. Second is identify the quantities that would be maximize or minimize. Okay? So, after identifying the quantities to be maximized or minimized, number 3, relate each variables as much as possible. So, dito, kailangan mong i-relate yung mga variables mo with the other variable or choose whether what variable will you maximize or minimize and then relate it to other variable. Kasi hindi pwedeng yung dalawang variable na yun is ma-maximize mo. Okay? So therefore, there will be one variable to be maximized and the other will depend on what would be the value of that maximized variable. Okay? And then, number 4, after relating each variable as much as possible, okay? So, dito sa number 2, no, make your equations or construct your equation. So, depending on the problem, okay? Or the requirement of the problem. So, after constructing, differentiate uh, the equation that you have constructed and then set it to 0 kasi kukunin natin yung maximum and minimum value. Parang kinukuha mo yung critical points natin dito. Okay? So after that, if there will be two or more nasagot na value of x or y in the problem, so number 5 is use SDT or FDT in finding your maximum or minimum value. Whether that is maximum, max, or min. So, then, so that would be the different procedure in solving this maxima minima. Okay, let's have this example. A fencing is limited to 20 feet length. What is the maximum rectangular area that can be fenced using two perpendicular corner sides of an existing wall? So let's have fencing, no? Two perpendicular sides of an existing wall. So let's have this be our perpendicular walls. Okay? And then let this be our fences. Kumbaga, pag kinuha natin yung 3D nito, will have parang ganito siya. Hindi, dito yung ating i-fence. So, ganyan yung gagawin natin. But take note, ang gusto natin i-maximize is yung area because this fencing material has a length of 20 feet. Okay? So, 20 feet daw to itong fencing material natin. So, let's say this will be our x and this will be our y. So, if we would get the value of this, we have x plus y is equal to 20 feet. Right? So, from this 20 feet, pwede natin kunin yung ating maximum and minimum value ng ating area. Right? So, L total, take note, it is equal to 20 feet. So, therefore, this length of y plus the length of x is equal to 20 feet. So, that is our length ng ating fencing material. Okay? But gusto natin maximize yung value ng area natin. So, therefore, what would be the value of a, x, and what will be the value of y? So, from here, we will get the formula of our area, wherein area is equal to x, y. Okay? Or is equal to length multiplied by width. So, in this case, our length is equal to y and our w will be equal to x. So, if we would get the derivative of this one, we would get or maximize a side, okay? Any side of x or y. So, therefore, ang pwede natin gawin dito is to let y be equal to let y or yung y natin, yung variable y natin would be represented in terms of x, so that if we would get the maximum value of a with respect to x, so therefore wala tayong gagamitin na wala tayong makikita na y sa equation natin. Okay? Yan. So from here, since from here we have x plus y is equal to 20, ang gagawin natin, so x plus y is equal to 20, I may say that my y, so in terms of x, so 20 minus x. So substitute natin tong y natin dito. So we'll have a value of our area which is equal to x multiplied by 20 minus x. So from here, we would maximize the value of our area by getting the derivative of our dA with respect to x. So which is equal to the derivative of 20x less x squared with respect to x. So from here, I will have a value equal to 20 less 2x is equal to our dA over dx. So take note from our lecture that in order to get the maximum value of any equation is that we would get or we would solve it as dA over dx equals to 0, which is the critical value ng ating equation. So from here, we'll have dA over dx is equal to 0, which is equal to our 20 minus 2x. So we have 20 is equal to 2x and x is equal to 10. Okay? So, since we have our x is equal to 10, pag hindi ka sure that that is the maximum value, ang gagawin natin is kunin natin yung ating SDT or our FDT. From here, since madali lang siya, gagawin ko, i-SDT ko siya. So, SDT to determine if it is a maximum or minimum value. So, dA over dx is equal to 20 minus 2x. So, i-differentiate ko siya ulit with respect to x. So, we'll have a value equal to negative 2. So, since y double prime is less than 0, therefore, we have our maximum value at x is equal to 10. So, at x is equal to 10, we have our maximum value. So, therefore, since we have get the maximum value of 10 in terms of y, we can say that y is equal to 20 minus 10. So, therefore, y has equal to 10. at one of the variable was maximized. So y is equal to 10. Na-maximize na lang natin to. So 10 to. Hindi naman natin pwedeng i-maximize yung dalawa kasi pag minaximize mo yung y at minaximize mo din yung x, so syempre hindi sasapat yung 20 feet. Okay? So from here, x is equal to 10 and y is equal to 10. So in order to get the area or the maximum area, so therefore a max, okay, a max is equal to xy, x max multiplied by y, so therefore 10 multiplied by 10 will have a value equal to 100 feet square, which is equal to a max natin. Okay? So yan yun. Okay. So let's have this problem. The cost per hour of a running motorboat is proportional to the cube of the speed. At what speed will the boat run against a current of 8 km per hour in order to go a given distance most economically? Okay, first, we would focus our objective into yung cost per hour ng motor natin, no? So from here, it says that the cost per hour, so cost per hour, or I may say that my cost is equal to C, okay, in my hour or my time is equal to T, so it is equal to time para mas konti lang. So from here, I may say that I will have a value equal to C over T. It is proportional to the cube of the speed, okay, to the cube of our speed, so S cube, yan, wherein S is equal to speed. So at what speed will the boat run against a current of 8 km per hour in order to go a given distance most economically? So from here, in order to get a equal sign, so kailangan natin ng proportionality constant natin, which is equal to K S cube. So analyze the problem. If you have a boat, so pag kailangan natin i-drawing natin yan. Okay? So we have a boat, let's say galing siya sa a point. So let's say a point here. And then, magta-travel siya at a given distance. Let's say that this will be our distance. Okay? So, tinatanong dito kung ano yung speed nito. But mathematically, meron kang current na kailangan niyang lampasan. Okay? Para makapunta siya doon at a given, para makapunta sa sa distance mo at a economical way. This is the speed of the current. Take note that the speed of the current is against the boat. Okay? So, against the boat yan, which is equal to 8 kilometers per hour. So, binabangga yung boat. So, therefore, the tendency is that pag hindi niya malampasan to, itong speed ng boat na to, hindi siya makakapunta dito sa point D natin at most economical time. So, how will we pertain for that one? So, take note that our distance is equal to mathematically equal to speed multiplied by time, di ba? So, because our speed is equal to in kilometer per hour. Okay? So, therefore, from this, pwede kong sabihin that since bumabangga to, I will have my speed of the boat less speed of the current, which is 8 km per hour multiplied by the time, is equal to the distance na tatahakin ng dalawa. Okay? So, from here, we have C over T is equal to Ks cube, right? So, we have C over T or cost per hour is equal to Ks cube. Yan. So, therefore, we'll have cost can be written as Ks cube multiplied by T. Ang minimize natin dito is the speed in order to go to a given distance. Most economical. Okay, pag most economical, so therefore, we would maximize or let's minimize our costs. Okay? So from here, I have two variables to consider, my S and my T. Okay? So take note that K is a constant. So from that, we'll have T is equal to D all over SB minus 8. So take note that D is a constant. Okay? Kasi nga, kailangan natin ng economical time. So therefore, dati nang merong D, which is the distance that the boat will travel. Okay? Constant distance yan. So from that, we'll have C. Okay? C is equal to K S cube multiplied by T, which is equal to D all over S minus or SB of both minus 8. So take note na itong S cube na to is our S boat. Okay? This is S boat. Okay? Kasi nga, ito yung SB natin wherein it is considered as proportional siya sa ating cost, which is S cube. So from here, lalabas ko na dati ang aking mga constant. So C is equal to KD multiplied by SB cube all over SB minus 8. So from here, in order to minimize my consumption, so therefore, kailangan natin siyang derivative with respect to the velocity. So dc with respect to or the speed, dsb. So from here, I will have a value equal to kd multiplied by the derivative of sb cube all over sb minus 8. So we'll have with respect to s. So we have kd multiplied by, so gagamit tayo ng ating quotient rule, which is equal to vdu less udv all over v squared. Ayan. So from that, we'll have a value equal to v, which is sb minus 8 multiplied by the derivative of s cube with respect to s minus s cube multiplied by the derivative of sb less 8 with respect to s all over sb less 8 squared. So from here, I will have kd multiplied by sb less 8 multiplied by 3s squared less s cube multiplied by the derivative of sb is 1. So divided by our sb less 8 squared. So we have our derivative, which is equal to dc over dt. So from here, setting dc over dt be equal to 0, so we will have a value equal to, so 0, so ilalagay ko na lang dito, 0 is equal to kd multiplied by sp, so sb less 8 multiplied by 3s squared less s cube. So dito, since pwede ko nang i-cross multiply ito para wala na to, so we'll have a value equal to 0 is equal to kd. Pag cross multiply ko kasi ito sa 0, 0 lang din yan, di ba? So kd multiplied by, so tatanggalin, factor out ko yung s square. So s square multiplied by 3sb. So 3sb less 24. Okay? Less, to, ang matitira dito is s. Okay? sb. So therefore we have this, of course this is 0 na. So pwede ko na rin i-divide tong dalawang to. So we have 0 is equal to 3sb less 24 less s. So we have 2sb less 24. So from here I will have 24 is equal to 2sb, and sb will be equal to 12 kph, of course, kasi yan yung ating unit. Okay? So yan. Okay? So 12 kph. So pag hindi ka naniniwala na yan yung ating minimum value, the best thing to do is i-derivative mo ito. Okay? So differentiate mo siya. Pag nasa positive value siya, substitution, so therefore that is our minimum value. Okay? So that's it. Okay, so let's do this problem. Given a cone of diameter x and an altitude of h, what percent is the volume of the largest cylinder which can be inscribed in the cone to the volume of the cone? Okay. So from here we'll have, so cone daw tayo. Yes. So meron tayong cone. So dito kailangan natin mag-inscribe ng, okay, so volume of the largest cylinder that can be inscribed. Meaning, pag inscribe, ipapasok mo sa loob ng dito. Okay. So ano nga ba yung largest? Okay. Yan. So what would be the largest na pwedeng ipasok dyan sa cone na yan? So note, ito dapat nakapasok dyan. So pangit lang yung drawing. So para natin ito diskartehan. So ganito lang yan. Since you would get the volume, okay? So which can be described in the cone to the volume of the cone. So what percentage? So what percent is the volume of the largest cylinder? Okay. So volume of the largest cylinder that can be inscribed in the cone. So from here, the best thing to do is to label first the problem. So label natin yan. So let's say this will be, okay. So sipin mo lang nakalapat to, no? Nakalapat yun dyan. Nakalapat din to dito. Okay. So sipin natin that let this be our y for our cylinder, and let this be our 2x. Bakit 2x? Kasi hahatiin natin to. Right? Para hindi tayo mahirapan, so let's say that this will be my x. Okay? So yan. Let this be our x. Okay? And then of course, what is the volume of a cylinder? Ayan. Yun yung next question natin. So note that the volume of a cylinder is equal to area of the base, di ba? Multiplied by the height. Wherein our area of the base is equal to the area of the circle, of course, which is equal to pi r squared multiplied by the h. So in this point, our x is equal to our r is equal to x, okay, from our cylinder. So we have pi x squared, and our y is our h multiplied by y. So this is the volume of our cylinder. Okay? But ang tinatanong na is a maximum volume the cylinder that can be inscribed into the cone. So percentage of cylinder that can be inscribed to the cone. So next na kailangan natin malaman is the relationship between your x and y, and also the relationship of this x and y to our cone. So if we would say that yung cone natin, itong cone natin has, let's say, a radius r, right? And another is it has a height h. Yun yung alam natin dito, syempre, di ba? So we have our height h. Taking note that the volume of our cone is equal to 1/3 multiplied by the area of the base is equal to pi r squared multiplied by our h. Right? So, yan. So, pag kinuha natin yung volume niya ngayon, wala tayong makukuha. Kasi nga, hindi pa natin kinuha yung in terms of x and y natin, or hindi pa natin siya minaximize. So, take note that this h and r are constant. Hindi na yan magbabago. Ang magbabago is either x or y. Okay? Kasi nga sila yung i-vary natin. So, mapapansin nyo kasi, i-vary mo siya eh. So, pag gumawa ko ng natin dito, kahit saan dyan ang pwede mong i-maximize para makuha natin yung maximum volume. So, mapapansin mo, let's say, gagawa ka ng ganito, ng cone. Saan yung cone ko? Ito yung cone natin. So, mapapansin mo guys that you can maximize yung volume ng ating cylinder. Okay? So, pwedeng ganyan. Pwedeng ganito. Siyempre, pwede rin ganito. So, pwede rin ganito, of course. So, pwede rin ganito. So, yun yung mga possible na na pwede nating kunin na i-inscribe sa ating triangle. Ang tinatanong niya dyan is, ano nga ba yung pinakamagandang value ng x and value of y to get the maximum value of the cylinder, okay? So, from here, from our equation, so, let us solve the problem, no? So, let's have our dv cy, or the derivative of our volume of our cylinder, para makuha natin yung maximum volume. So, paano natin makukuha yon? Ganito lang yan, guys. So, we have our y. Ito yung y natin. So, ang gagawin natin para makuha natin ito in terms of r and h, and also in terms of either x or y, is to use our yung tinatawag nating similar triangle. So, take note na pag kumuha ko ng angle dito, let's say this will be our theta, you will see that makakabuo ka ng isang malaking triangle. Okay? So, let this triangle be equal to, has, let's say, a tangent theta of, so tan theta of our big triangle BT. So, makikita mo na tong tan theta nito is equal to h, ito, yung h natin, opposite over adjacent divided by our r. Diba? And then, also, this triangle, since similar triangle tayo, pag gumuhit ako ng triangle dito sa baba, okay, or dito na lang, so kasi let's say alpha to, parehas lang naman tong theta at alpha natin. So let's say dito, I have my tan alpha is equal to ito, di ba? Of course, yung x natin, tan alpha, opposite. So, yung opposite nito is itong side na to. But what is this side? So, itong side na to, pag y tong length na to, so therefore, I may say that this length, tong length na to, is equal to h minus y, di ba? Para pag pinag-add mo ang h minus y plus y is h, di ba? Kasi itong buo. So, therefore, I will have h minus y. Tapos, yung adjacent ko is, of course, my x. Since tan alpha is equal to tan phi vt, so pwede kong sabihin that I will have h minus y over x is equal to h over r. So, from here, I will have a value equal to h minus y is equal to x multiplied by h over r. So, therefore, y is equal to h minus x multiplied by h over r. This is our y. In terms of x, di ba? Y in terms of x. So, pag sinubstitute natin to dito, so we'll have a value equal to v of my cylinder, I will have pi x squared multiplied by y, which is equal to h minus x multiplied by h over r. Take note na itong h and r natin are already constant, di ba? Kasi ito yung ating kukunin. Kasi ito yung dito natin ilalagay yung ating cylinder. So, hindi na ito tataas, hindi na ito bababa. Yung cylinder lang natin. Okay? So, from here, the best thing to do is siyempre, ilabas ko yung h at ipasok ko yung isang x. So, para hindi tayo mahirapan. So, I will have pi multiplied by h. So, ninabas ko na siya. Then, ipapasok ulit yung x. So, we have x squared less x cubed all over r. Okay, which is equal to VCY. So, take note that h and r are constant. So, therefore, I will differentiate my VCY in terms of or with respect to x. So, the derivative of the volume of the cylinder with respect to x. So, from here, I will have a value equal to pi h multiplied by the derivative of my x squared minus x cubed over r with respect to x. So, therefore, I will have a value equal to 2x less 3x squared over r. Okay? So, siyempre, multiplied by our pi h equals dcy over dx. Setting this dcy over dx be equal to 0, so I will have a value equal to 0 is equal to pi h multiplied by 2x less 3x squared over r. Okay? So, from here, I will have 0 is equal to 2x minus 3x squared over r. So, solving for x, I will have a value equal to 3x squared over r is equal to 2x. So, from here, makakancel yung isang dyan, matitira is x, so I will have a value equal to 2/3 multiplied by r. This is the value of our x. 2/3 siya ng ating radius. So, since may nakuha tayong value ng r natin in terms of x, substitute natin to, substitute natin yung value ng x natin dito para makuha natin yung value ng y at ang maximum value of our x. So, therefore, I will have y is equal to h less 2/3. Okay? So, 2/3 r. So, 2/3 r multiplied by our h over r. So, makakancel yung isang r. Matitira is y is equal to h less 2/3 h. So therefore, I will have 1/3 h, which is equal to my y. So, ayan. So, for the volume of our cylinder, para makuha natin yan, substitute natin to dito. Siyempre, substitute din natin yung x dito. So, from that, I will have a value equal to pi. Okay. So, we'll have pi multiplied by our x squared. So, we have 2/3, ayan, r multiplied by squared multiplied by 1/3 h, which is equal to my v of my cylinder. So, ito. Sinubstitute lang natin yung x and y dyan. So, linisan lang natin. So, we have 2/3 squared. So, 2/3 squared multiplied by 1/3. We have a value equal to 4/27. So, VO is equal to pi multiplied by 4/27 multiplied by our r squared multiplied by our h. So, saan galing to 4/27? So, 2/3 squared multiplied by 1/3. So, this is our V of our cylinder. So, ang tinatanong natin dito is what percent in the volume. So, pag ginawa natin yung percent ng volume, so I will have percent ng volume natin of the cone, I will have V of the cylinder all over V of cone multiplied by 100. So, which is equal to V of the cylinder, which is equal to 4/27 multiplied by pi r squared h. So, syempre, divided by the V of our cone, which is equal to 1/3 multiplied by pi r squared multiplied by our h. So, mapapansin mo, r squared and rh and also pi will be cancelled out. Ang matitira dito, so, syempre, multiplied by 100 yan kasi percentage. So, we'll have a value equal to 4/27 multiplied by 3. Okay? So, I will have 0.44 multiplied by 100. So, I will have a value equal to 44.44%. So, yan yung sagot. The percentage of our Vcon or the maximum value of our Vmax cylinder to our con. Okay? So, let's have this problem. At any distance x from the source of light, the intensity of illumination varies directly as the intensity of source and inversely as the square of x. Right? So, dito, in order to get the maximum and minimum value, you should take note of the different parameters. Sabi niya dito, you have may source of light tayo, no? May source of light tayo. The intensity of illumination varies directly as the intensity of the source. So, let's say, I will have my let's say IL na lang for intensity of my illumination. Intensity of illumination. Okay? And then, varies directly at the intensity of the source. So, let's say IS be equal to intensity of our source. And then, inversely as the square of x, wherein x is the distance from source. So, distance from source. So, ang sabi ng problem, we have IL varies, syempre, wala pa muna yan, proportionality constant. So, hindi pa natin kinuha yung equal sign natin. So, according to the proportionality constant, I varies, okay, varies directly to the intensity of source, so I source, and inversely as the square of x all over x. Okay? X squared, I should say. So therefore, IL is equal to, so kailangan na natin ng constant dito. So K multiplied by IS all over X squared. So IL. Yan. So, suppose that there's a light at A and another at B. So, we have two lights. We have our light A and a light B. Okay? The one at B having an intensity 8 times that of 8. Okay? The one at B has an intensity, okay, 8 times that A. Okay? So it has an intensity 8 times of A. The distance AB is 4 meters. At what point from A on the line AB will the intensity of the illumination be least? So let's say from A to B, meron tayong 4 meters daw to. Okay? For 4 meters yan. So, ano daw sa point na dyan yung may least intensity of illumination? So, itong 8 times na to, the one having at B having 8 times that of A. So, our ISA, I source of A, okay, I source of A, of 8 times that of A. So, okay, ISB is equal to 8 times ng ating ISA. Ayan. Okay. So, dito, kukunin natin yung illumination. So, take note, dalawang ilaw to. Let's say, dalawang pole. So, meaning ng ilaw na to is that dito sa dalawang to, let's say, meron kang point X. Okay? Let's say, meron kang point X from A to B. And then, meron kang, syempre, nakuha mo ng X dyan. Ang lalagay mo dito is 4 less X, diba? So, from that, we can say that dalawa yung ilaw na tatama sa point na to. Okay? Dalawa yung ilaw na tatama sa point na to. Okay? The best thing to do here, therefore, is to pwede natin i-add yung intensity of illumination natin. So therefore, IIL total is equal to IIL of A plus IIL of B. So note na yung ILL of A natin, so ILA of A is equal to, of course, K, itong equation na to, multiplied by SA or yung illumination ng source natin, divided by yung distance, okay, X squared. Okay? Next, yung IILB natin is equal to K multiplied by, of course, SB divided by, yung natira dito is 4 minus X squared. Okay? So, pag kinood natin to dito, so substitute natin siya dito, I will have my IL total will be equal to K SA over X squared plus KSB all over 4 minus X squared. Right? That is our IL total. So, ang kinukuha natin is any distance. So, distance yung variable natin. Okay? Siya yung variable dito. Dalawa sila ng ating ILT. Okay? So, ang ima-maximize natin is yung ating ILT or yung ating illumination at a point. So, ito yung illumination natin at a point. Okay? So, at any point. So, at any point dito. So, ILT is equal to K multiplied by SA over x squared plus a multiplied by k, k multiplied by, so ISB, so ISA plus 8 multiplied by k, 8 ISA all over 4 minus x. So, bakit ko ginawa yon? Since SA, okay, 8SA is equal to, since SB is equal to 8 times ISA, so therefore, substitute ko na lang siya para ifa-factor out ko na lang siya mamaya. Okay, para hindi na mahirapang mag-derivative. Okay? So, from here, I will have ILT, or wherein ILT is equal to ILT. So, is equal to KISA all over x squared plus 8 KISA all over 4 minus x. So, naging 8 KISA siya because of this relationship. So, next, ang gagawin natin, ilalabas natin yung ISA. So, therefore, ICT is equal to K multiplied by ISA, okay, multiplied by 1 all over x squared plus 1 all over 4 minus x squared. So, wag natin kalimutan yung squared pala dito, no? Ito. So, yan. So, yan. Next is we would get the maximum or the minimum value of this one with respect to our x. Okay. So, we'll have k multiplied by ISA multiplied by the derivative of 1 all over x squared plus 1 all over 4 minus x squared with respect to x. So, from that, I will have a value equal to, so x raised to negative 2, so I will have negative 2x cubed plus 4 minus x, negative 2 kasi pag tinaas natin to, okay, so ganito na lang. So, we'll have a value equal to x raised to negative 2, pag binaba ko, less 1, so negative 2x raised to negative 2 less 1, negative 3 multiplied by the derivative of x is 1. And then ito, we have 4 minus x squared, ito naman. So, negative 2 kasi tinaas ko siya, I will have a derivative equal to negative 2 multiplied by 4 minus x. 4 minus x, negative 2 less negative 1 is less 1 is equal to negative 3. So, negative 3 multiplied by the derivative of our negative x is equal to negative 1. Tama? Okay? So, 4 minus x. So, from that, so, syempre, multiplied by our KISA. So, in order to minimize this one, our DIIL total divided by with the derivative with respect to x, okay, dx dapat yan, so is equal to 0. So therefore we'll have a value equal to 0 is equal to, so 0 is equal to negative 2 all over x cube plus, okay, plus we have yung 8 natin nawawala siya. So, yung 8 dapat hindi mawala. Ito. Dito. Okay. So, ayan. So, 8, 8, 8. Okay. So, from that, I will have a value equal to negative 2 multiplied by, okay, a negative 1 is magiging positive 2 yan. So, divided by 8 all over my 4 minus x raised to 3. Okay. So, from that, take note, no? Hindi ko linabas yung 8 dito kasi walang 8 dito sa kabila. So, therefore, mananatili siya dito. Okay. So, from that, we will have a value equal to negative 12 over x cubed plus positive 2. So, negative multiplied by negative is positive 2 multiplied by 8 all over 4 minus x cubed. So, from that, pwede kong ilagay sa kabila yung 1 ko, yung 2 ko. So, 2x cubed is equal to 16 all over 4 minus x cubed. So actually, pwede natin cancel out yung 2. So therefore, we'll have a value equal to 1 over x cubed is equal to our 8 all over 4 minus x raised to 3. So from that, I will have 4 minus x raised to 3 is equal to 8 multiplied by x cubed. So from here, we'll get the cube root of this one will have a value equal to 4 minus x is equal to 2x. Yan. Pag kinuha natin yung cube root ng both sides. So from there, I will have a value equal to 4. 4 is equal to 2x. Okay? So 2x plus x. So we'll have a value equal to 4 equals 3x. So therefore, 3x is equal to 4, which means that we have our x is equal to 4/3, which is equal to, so yung 4/3 natin, calculator ko, so we have 4/3 is equal to 1.33. So 1.33 meters. So ayan. That would be our answer. Okay. So let's have this example. So find the amount of tin sheet that can be made into a closed cylinder having a volume of 108 cubic inches in square inches. Okay. So ang gagawin lang natin dito, syempre, is demonstrate, so igawa muna tayo ng diagram natin. So ito yung cylinder natin na magagawa from a tin sheet. Okay? So yung tin sheet natin will be composed of, syempre, yung part ng tin sheet natin will be composed of ito. Ano mga ba yung mga composition ng ating magiging tin sheet? So look closely, yung cylinder natin is a closed cylinder. So pag closed cylinder siya, so ibig sabihin may takip. So, parang sardinas. So i-consider natin tong takip na to. And of course yung takip na to. And then lastly, ito. Ito yung mga i-consider natin. Okay? So how would we know or solve the minimum tin sheet? So dito pumapasok yung tinatawag nating TSA. Okay? Or yung total surface area. So from there, meron tayong dalawa, di ba? We have 2 multiplied by area of the base. Ito yung mga bases natin. Plus area of the lateral face. Okay? So, para natin solve yung area of the base, of course, dito natin kukunin. Ito yung radius natin. At ito yung ating height. Okay? So, from that, pwede natin kunin yung ating area ng ating bases. At para natin kukunin yung area ng ating lateral. So, ito. So, ito yung h natin. Punta dito. Of course, di ba? So, therefore, pwede kong sabihin that this will be our h. Yun pa rin. At yung problema. Ano to? Ano yung magiging length natin? So, considerably, pag itong service lateral natin, service lateral. Okay, sorry. Electrical term. So, pag ito yung circle natin, pag kinuha natin yung circumference ito, di ba? Yung circumference natin, tapos kinat mo sa dito, so mapapansin mo na lalatag yan parang isang square, di ba? So, therefore, we can say that L is equal to the diameter, circumference of the circle, wherein it is equal to pi d. And we all know that diameter is 2 times r, so therefore we may say that this is equal to 2 pi r. Okay? So that is our length. So ano din ang area ng L natin? So therefore I may say that my AL is equal to 2 pi r multiplied by h, o yung height ng ating cylinder. So therefore from here, yung TSA natin will be 2 multiplied by the area of the base, which is a circle, is pi r squared, tama? Plus yung area ng ating lateral, which is a rectangle, will be 2 pi rh, right? So from here, we can say that ETSA can be maximized by this either parameter of the height or the parameter of the radius, or the radius na lang. So pwede kong ilabas dito yung aking 2 pi. So pag inabas ko yung 2 pi dito, matitira sa akin ay r squared plus rh, right? R squared plus rh kapag finactor out natin yung ating 2 pi. Okay? Next, of course, meron tayo nyan. We would set our r in terms of h, or h in terms of r. So therefore, kukunin natin to. So volume is equal to 108 inch cube. So volume is equal to area of the base of a cylinder is pi r squared multiplied by height, diba? So basta mga ganyan, mga cylinder, prism, or mga boxes, always remember na pag mga ganitong mga regular polygon or mga regular na ganito boxes lang, area of the base multiplied by height lang yung gagawin nyo. Okay? So therefore we have V is equal to pi r squared h. Since we have our 108 inch cube as our V, we have pi r squared multiplied by h. So pansinin nyo, pag nag-substitute tayo ng r dito, pag h yung gagamitin natin, marami tayong substitute. Okay? So pag r naman, isa lang, sa h lang tayo mag-substitute. So yun na lang. So therefore h is equal to 108 all over our pi r squared. So from this, I will have my TSA, which is equal to 2 pi multiplied by r squared plus r multiplied by 108. Okay? So 108 all over our pi r squared. So therefore we will have 2 pi multiplied by r squared plus 100 over pi multiplied by r, which is equal to our TSA. So in order to minimize the TSA in terms of r, so kunin natin yung derivative nito with respect to r, and then we would set it to 0. Okay? So after getting the derivative. So from that, we'll have 2 pi multiplied by the derivative of r squared is equal to 2r plus the derivative of 108 over pi r is equal to 108 over pi multiplied by r. We have negative 1, okay, multiplied by r raised to negative 2. Okay? So equals 0 since minimize natin siya. So 0 over 2 pi is simply equal to 0. So therefore, pwede kong gawin is kunin ko na lang dito. Itong equation na lang na to. So from here, I will have 2r is equal to, so pwede ko lang i-transpose kasi negative naman yan. I will have a value equal to 108 over pi. Okay, 108 over pi multiplied by 1 all over r squared. So therefore, I will have r cube. R cube is equal to 108 over 2 pi. Yan. So, r multiplied by r squared, no? So, from that, we would get the cube root of this one. We will have the value of our r, which is equal to 108 cube root of 108 over 2 multiplied by pi. So we will have 108. So we'll have a value equal to 2 point r is equal to 2.580. Okay? So ito yung value ng r natin. So from that, kukunin natin yung value ng h by substituting the minimized value of r. So therefore, we'll have h is equal to 108 all over pi multiplied by 2.58 squared. So shift store at a. So 108 over shift by multiplied by alpha a squared. So we'll have a value of h which is equal to 5.16 inch. So shift store at b. So in order to get the area of the tin in inch square, so therefore, we'll substitute these parameters into the parameters that we have solved, okay, based on the problem. So therefore, our TSA, so yung TSA natin will be equal to 2 pi multiplied by our r squared plus r multiplied by h. So we'll have an answer equal to 2 pi multiplied by 2.58 squared plus r. So we have 5.16 multiplied by 2.58. So mapapansin nyo yung ginamit ko dito sa calculator ko are stored values. So therefore we'll have value of alpha a squared plus alpha a multiplied by alpha b. Okay? So from here we'll have a value equal to 125.5 inch square. Okay? This is our TSA. Ito yung area ng ating tin sheet. Yung minimum area ng ating tin sheet para makabuo ng ganitong cylinder or closed cylinder na closed cylinder na may volume na 108 cubic inches. Right? Okay? Solve natin ulit itong problem na to. A mango grower observes that if 25 mango trees are planted per hectare, the yield is 450 mangoes per tree. And that the yield per tree decreases by 10 for each additional tree per hectare. How many trees should be planted per hectare to obtain the maximum crop? Okay? So according to the problem, meron tayong 3 per hectare. Okay? So 3 per hectare. So meron tayong 25 mangoes. 225 mango trees per hectare. And then, according to the problem, nag-yield daw siya ng per tree daw. So, per tree. So, mangoes per tree. Nag-yield daw tayo ng 450 mangoes per tree. But, every 10 trees na dinadagdag mo dito sa per hectare natin. So, plus 10 trees, okay? 10 trees, nababawasan yung ating, every 3 I should say. So, every 3, so 1 to. So, every 3, nababawasan yung ating yield, okay? Yield ng mango tree natin ng 10 mangoes per tree. Okay? So, ngayon, tinatanong niya, how many trees should be planted? So, how many trees should be planted? So, therefore, unknown yung tree natin, let x be equal to unknown tree to be planted. Okay. So yung x na to, i-multiply natin dito. Kasi unknown yung tree na wala dito. Okay, so additional 3 which is unknown, magkakaroon ka ng 10 mangoes per tree. Okay? So gumultiply ka ng 3x dito. Ayan. So from that, we can say that in order to get the value of mangoes, okay, how many trees should be planted per hectare to obtain the maximum crops. So pag kinukuha natin yung maximum crop, is that what would be the mangoes per hectare na kailangan natin. Okay? So ang gagawin natin dito, i-multiply natin yung mangoes per hectare, mangoes per tree multiplied by 3 per hectare. Kung mapapansin nyo, makakancel yung ating 3, di ba? Kasi i-maximize natin yung crop, yung gusto nyo. Yung crop ang gusto nating i-maximize, crop per hectare. Yung bunga niya per hectare. Okay? So therefore from here, since multiply natin yan, ang lalagay natin dito is 400 mangoes per tree less 10x, siyempre multiplied by 25 mangoes per tree plus x. Okay? So from here, you will have an equation pertaining to mangoes per tree, per hectare I should say, or yung crop natin per hectare. So is equal to 450 less 10x multiplied by 25 plus x. So pag kinuha natin yung derivative nito, derivative ng mangoes, okay, with respect to x, wherein yung x natin is yung 3 o yung unknown 3. So therefore, we will have a value equal to the derivative of 450 minus 10x multiplied by 25 plus x with respect to x. So setting this equal to 0, so we'll have a value equal to 450 minus 10x multiplied by 25 plus x. So we'll have 450 less 10x multiplied by the derivative of 25 plus x with respect to x plus 25 plus x multiplied by the derivative of 450 less 10x with respect to x. So from here, we'll have a value equal to 450 less 10x multiplied by the derivative of 25 is 0 plus the derivative of x is equal to 1 plus 25 plus x multiplied by the derivative of 450 is 0 and the derivative of negative 10x is negative 10x. So by further manipulation of the equation, we'll have 450 less 10x plus negative 250 less negative 250 less 10x. So 450 less 250 is 200. Since equal to sa 0, so therefore transpose ko yung 10x ko dito. O yung dalawang negative 10x ko dito. So therefore this will be positive 20x and x will be equal to 10. So yung x natin is the maximum additional 3 na pwede nating itanim to obtain the maximum crop. Pero ang tinatanong is how many trees. So therefore, ang kailangan nating tree is meron na tayong 25 tree. So therefore 25, so total 3 total. So therefore 25 plus 10 which is x natin. So 25 plus x which is equal to 25 plus 10, we will need 35 trees more. 35 trees in order to have the maximum 35 trees per hectare in order to have our maximum tree maximum yield or maximum crop. So let's have this example. A room of floor 18 meters square is divided into 6 cubicles of equal floor area by erecting two wooden partitions 2 meter high parallel to one wall and another partition 2 meter high parallel to another wall. Find the dimension of the room if the least amount of wood is to be used. Okay. So, ang gagawin natin, may room daw tayo dati. Okay. May room tayo. So, yan. So, ganito yung room natin. And then, gagawa daw tayo ng 6 na cubicle. Okay. 6 na cubicle. And then, least amount of wood to be used. So, let's say this would be the woods that would be used. So, according to the problem, may wood tayo na uh, two wooden partitions. Okay, two wooden partitions parallel to one wall and another 2 meter high parallel to another wall. Okay, so dalawa daw na wood is parallel to other wall, tapos isang wood ang parallel to the other wall. So mapapansin mo, pwede tayong gumawa ng dalawa. So, let's say this will be our first wood that is parallel to the two walls and another wood that would be parallel to our two walls. Okay. So, ang gusto natin mangyari is that since meron tayong area, yung area natin dito, okay, yung area natin was identified as 18 meters square. So, itong buong room na to is 18 meters square. But, we would want to know kung anong area dapat para makakuha ka ng minimum amount of wood. Okay? So, meaning, i-consider natin itong woods na to. Okay? Itong wood na to. Okay. So, from this area alone, ang pwede natin gawin dito is syempre i-label natin yung area ng per cubicle. Okay? So, per cubicle, let's say we have our x here. X2. Okay, x, y. So, we have x, y, x. Okay? But take note na yan, itong y, I should say ito. This is the outside area. Okay? Ang gusto nyo mang kunin is yung amount of wood. Okay? So, para makatipid. Okay? So, ngayon, ang gagawin natin, bibilangin natin yung amount of wood na nandito sa loob. Diba? 3 siya. So, therefore, i-partition natin siya batay sa length niya. So, take note that this is parallel to y. So, therefore, this is y. Another y. Oh, kulay ko na lang ng blue din, no? Okay. This is y. And then, of course, meron tayong tatlong x. We have x. Right? So, from this, we can say that 18 meters square, so 18 meters square is equal to length multiplied by width. But in this situation, yung length natin is equal to 3x multiplied by 2y, which is equal to 18 meters square. So, ang gusto natin kuning parameter is yung least amount of wood. Okay? Yung wood ang i-differentiate natin or yung amount of wood. So, what would be our intuition? So, since yung given naman na yung height nito, which is 2 meter high, so therefore, ang pinakamagandang malaman natin is the total length of wood that would be used into the problem. So, therefore, length total, so LT is equal to the length of wood. So, dito, yung length of wood natin is syempre ito lang nasa loob ang i-consider natin kasi ito yung ipapartition natin. Okay? So, therefore, we have 2y plus 2y. We have 4y. So, 2y plus 2y is equal to 4y. Plus, of course, our excess, which is equal to 3x, which is equal to our L total. So, from here, we would minimize our L total in order to have a small amount of money to be used. Okay? smaller amount or least amount of money to be used, or since kailangan mo ng least amount of wood to be used. Okay? So, if we would maximize this, minimize this one, so kailangan nating isa lang dito sa dalawang variable natin ang i-minimize natin. Okay? So, from that parameter, I would choose my n of the 2. Okay? So, gagamitin ko na lang is yung aking y. So, therefore, I will have 18 is equal to 3 multiplied by 2 is 6xy. So, y in terms of x will be equal to 3 over x. Diba? So, 80 divided by 6 is 3 divided by x. So, therefore, from here, I will have 4 multiplied by 3 over x plus 3x. Okay? So, it is equal to our L total or the length total of the wood. So, from this, pag differentiate natin to with respect to x, okay, we are then setting it to 0, we are getting the minimum value of this one. So, therefore, we will have the derivative of, so 12 to, so 12 multiplied by the derivative of 1 over x with respect to x plus 3 multiplied by the derivative of x with respect to x equals 0. So, from here, I will have a value equal to 12 multiplied by negative 1 multiplied by x raised to negative 2, diba? Power rule natin, I should say. So, multiplied by 1 plus 3 equals 0. So, from here, I will have a value equal to 12 all over x squared negative plus 3 equals 0. So, ito, pwede kong ilipat yung 12 or 3. So, therefore, I will have 12 over x squared is equal to 3. So, therefore, we'll have 12 is equal to 3x squared. And then, by solving for the value of x, I will have x squared is equal to 12 over 3, which is equal to 4. So, getting the square root of both sides, I will have x is equal to 2. So, yung x natin is equal to 2. So, from that, our x is equal to 2. So, therefore, solving for y, solve natin y natin. So, solving for y, ito, substitute lang natin dyan. So, y is equal to 3 over x, which is equal to 3 over 2, will have a value equal to 1.5. So, ito na ba yung dimensions natin? Not yet. To consider for the dimension, i-consider natin to. Okay? So, therefore, as an analysis, length is equal to 3x, which is equal to x is equal to 2. So, 3 multiplied by 2, we have 6. And then lastly, we have our y, or our width is equal to 2y, which is equal to 2 multiplied by 1.5, which is equal to 3 as our width. So, ayun. Okay, so the dimensions will be 6 by 3. Kahit pagpaliktad dyan, dimension pa rin yan. Okay? So, that would be our maximum dimension in order to have the least amount of wood to be used in our cubicles. So, yan. The sum of two positive numbers is 50. What are the numbers if their product is to be the largest? So, according to the problem, we have x plus y, okay? So, x plus y is equal to 50. So, we have the largest possible product. So, product is equal to xy. So, how will we solve this? So, gawin natin to. We have y is equal to 50 minus x. We'll have a value equal to x multiplied by 50 less x. So, therefore, we have 50x less x squared is equal to p. Product, so the derivative of product with respect to x is equal to the derivative of 50 less x squared with respect to x. So, I will have a value equal to 50 less 2x. Since, para makuha natin yung maximum, set natin to 0. So, therefore, we have 2x is equal to 50. So, therefore, x must be equal to 25. So, since x is equal to 25, substitute natin siya sa y. So, therefore, we have y is equal to 50 less 25. We have a value equal to 25. Okay? So, yan. Okay, so let's solve this problem. Box is to be constructed from a piece of zinc, 20 by 20 to, by cutting equal squares from each corner and turning up the zinc to form the side. What is the volume of the largest box that can be constructed? Okay, so 20 by 20 yan, no? Number 20 na zinc, tin zinc, yan. So from that, gagawa tayo ng ganito. And then, so we all know that this is 20 and this is 20. So ang gagawin natin, sabi niya sa problem para makagawa tayo ng box is magkakat tayo ng value ng x, square to, square to, square to, and another square to. So, from this, pwede kang natin kunin that we have 20 less 2x. Okay? This is our length. Our width is also equal to 20 less 2x. Bakit siya 20 less 2x? Because of this. Ito lang yung natira sa kanila. Yan. Ngayon, ang gusto natin mangyari, if we flip natin to. Okay, so if we flip natin to. So, yan. So, wag nakita nyo, yung green box, ito yung magiging sides natin. Okay? So, of course, may maiiwan dito sa gitna, which is yung orange pa rin natin. Diba, pag flip mo yan, para nag-flip ka ng karton, may iwan to, di ba? So, pag flip natin yan, take note of the green colors, so yung magiging height natin. Okay? And then the orange colors, ayan yung i-flip natin na value ng ating length and width. So ito. So as you can see, yung green na flip natin is a value of x nga. Tapos yung naiwang dalawang orange natin is equal to 20 minus 2x. Of course, 20 less 2x din to. So, area of the base multiplied by height will get the volume. Kasi ang gusto natin gawin is to maximize the volume na pwede nating gamitin dyan. Okay? So, from that, we'll have thickness or your height natin will be equal to x. To maximize the volume, we have volume is equal to length multiplied by width multiplied by height, which is equal to 20 less 2x multiplied by 20 less 2x multiplied by height, which is thickness, is equal to x, which is equal to our volume. So if you would get our dv over dx, so dv over dx, I will have a value equal to the derivative, i-multiply ko na muna tong 20 less 2x kasi parehas lang naman sila, squared multiplied by x. Okay? So multiplied by the derivative, and the derivative of this equation. So, setting this derivative be equal to 0, we'll have a value equal to 0 is equal to 20 less 2x squared multiplied by the derivative of x with respect to x plus x multiplied by the derivative of 20 less 2x squared with respect to x. So, from here, I will have a value equal to 20 less 2x squared multiplied by 1 plus x multiplied by 2 multiplied by 20 less 2x multiplied by negative 2. So from this differentiated equation, pwede nating i-factor out yung 20 less 2x. So 20 less 2x, ang maiiwan is yung ating 20 less 2x, may maiiwan na 20 less 2x dito, plus dito naman we have negative 4 we have negative 4x. Ayan. So, from here, negative 20 minus 2x multiplied by 20 less 2x plus negative 4x. So, dito, pwede mong i-factor, ako rin yung value ng x dito actually. Since sa factor out natin to, this x is equal to 10, diba? So, 20 divided by 2. But take note na Pag naka-equal sa 10 to, pag sinubstitute natin siya dito sa ating volume, wala tayong makukuhang width and length. 0. So therefore, this is cancelled. So tanggalin natin to. Okay? So next dito kunin natin, we have 20 less 6x wherein our x is equal to 20 divided by 6. Okay? So 20 divided by 6. So if that would be our volume, so substitute natin siya dito, I will have a maximum volume which is equal to 592. Okay, so we'll have a volume equal to 592.5925 pag sinubstitute natin itong value ng x na to dito. Okay, so try it. That would be our answer.